Okay, welcome to Vicky Elizabeth Semple on Love Lighthouse. And today we are going to be talking about the news stories of today and what Jesus would think of them, to the best of my ability, that is, and also being a human interpreting each of these alongside the Bible, but what I would say in terms of a response overall. So that's what it's about. One of the first stories was that the House of Lords' youngest peer actually believes there is no place for the House of Lords. I think our monarchical structure is very strange in that they seem to have very few powers, existing only side by side a government which is influenced by the people. If this wasn't the case, it is indeed questionable if the type of monarchy would even exist in the first place due to only having the people and them scenario, if not. However, as it stands, we do have a monarchy and a government partially run by the people, and that is why the House of Lords is in the situation it's in, where even its members question its existence. Biblically speaking, it says in Romans 13, verse 1 to 2, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God." And verse 2, "Whosoever," I have just realised I've not got this plugged in. Hopefully this is going to work if I plug it in now. Let's give it a go. Right, "Whosoever therefore resisteth the power resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Therefore, if the powers that be have chosen for the House of Lords to exist, then so be it. And if not, so be it." Personally, I think that if a total monarchy existed and wanted the House of Lords, they would be perfectly right and just to do so, and to have real peers and not pretend ones. At the moment, it could almost be looked upon as a mockery, with one looking to do away with the place altogether that they've just joined. This is making it very evident that the monarchy is not functioning the way it used to at all when the first House of Lords was created. And such a peer being elected is either a very moral choice of integrity by the Prime Minister, or a very clever tactic, or indeed a very inappropriate call altogether. What do you think? Please comment below. Overall, in Peter and the apostles, they say, "We ought to obey God rather than men." And that's from Acts chapter 5, verse 29. In many of the stories of the prophets, we hear how they have had to give a hard message to kings. But overall, I believe God would prefer a king chosen by him, or a queen, indeed, to rule and to rule well on his behalf. It is also understandable why someone might refuse to, though, if they feel that no one, including themselves, are good enough to speak alone for God. I have no strong personal opinions on this as it stands, but I do like the House of Lords and the idea of peers helping a monarchy whereby they are in strong concord with one another, and at the moment it seems a little bit to be in a flux. Perhaps a shake-up is required, and they might think this, I don't know. I'm one for feeling a good monarchy having peers sitting in the House of Lords, if it is a monarchy chosen by God, is a good thing. But overall, I trust in God and God's will to be done, whereby if change is necessary, so be it. I have every faith when it comes down to it. Aid in Gaza and the war. All innocents must be kept safe no matter where they are in the world, and even those in question must be treated fairly under law and given a proper trial. In Luke chapter 6 verse 31 it says, "Treat others just as you would want to be treated." Aid must get through to those who need it, but ultimately there shouldn't be a situation whereby the lives of the innocents anywhere are in such danger and harm. In Proverbs 19 verse 17 it says, "He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord, and that which he hath given will he pay him again." In Isaiah 58 verse 10 it says, "And if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday." I did an entire video in this yesterday, and it can be viewed here on YouTube, and it's called What Would God Say Through Jesus About Israel, Hamas, Gaza War, and it was live from 2:30 p.m. yesterday. Well, thank you once again for joining me. This has been a fairly quick video, some really important points made, I think, and some questions are out there, but my position with regards to all is very, very clear, I think. So from that, I don't think I'll be editing anything. Thank you once again for joining me. Please do remember to subscribe, and of course, do comment down below. It's important to hear what your views are, because these help the world, and I know that's why we have a government like we do. We want to hear from the people, to hear what they think should be done, and that is a big influence on what actually does happen. So thank you so much. Many, many blessings. Take care.